Hello everyone. I am trying to improve on the lighting from my last video because it was pretty bad. That's why I'm using this filter. I am in this closet because the sound quality is the best in here, but yeah, the lighting isn't the greatest, so we'll try to make that a little bit better. So today I want to talk about INTJ females and friendships. So female and male friendships, and I want to specifically tie in the types that have, so this is going to be personal experience, so I want to tie in the types that have been attracted to me and the types that I've been attracted to, and yeah, just share some personal experience. So I realize this is a pretty comprehensive subject, and I'm probably in the future going to make more videos on this. I just want to get some thoughts out there. So this is probably not going to cover everything, but yeah, I just want to share some thoughts. So to start off, I'm going to start off with female friendships. The top of the list of personality types that I've had the most experience with would probably be ENFP females. Yeah, as a side note, I just want to mention that unfortunately a lot of my friendships have happened by default. That is mostly has to do with my social laziness, so that is my own fault. So yes, I've dealt with just a lot of feeling females versus thinking females, and that's also because there's more feeling females than thinking females. So if you're not very cognizant of your friendships, or you're not very intentional, that will be the default. Because with males, there's more thinking types than feeling types. So yeah, that's kind of how it splits up. So to go back to the ENFP females, that ENFPs generally are always going to be the easy choice for an INTJ. They are going to be a very low risk, low effort, because the ENFP, for whatever reason, just has a lot of intrigue, like is just very, very intrigued by the INTJ, and it's mutual. But what I have seen happen is the mutual respect really starts to plummet after they've gotten to know each other for a while. And this has to do with the ENFP. They have a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, a lot of inner values, and this rules a lot of their decision-making processes, and that's going to be very different than INTJ. INTJs have a lot of inner values, but the emotions and like even the need for emotional display and feelings on us be very different than INTJ. So there's going to come a point where the ENFP is going to be like, what's wrong with you? Are you even a human being? And the INTJ is going to be like, why are you making all these weird decisions? Like, because they're going to make decisions based off of, their feelings or an inner value that doesn't make rational sense to an INTJ. So you're definitely going to run into some conflict there. Yeah, so that's how some of those friendships, I think what an INTJ and ENFP are going to struggle with is the maintaining of that friendship, the maintenance of it. It's very easy to start, but to maintain it Not so much. A very close follow-up to an ENFP for me would be an INFP. I have had a lot of friendships with INFPs, and INFPs are going to be that because they're introverted, they're not going to be as emotionally expressive. Then again, because they're introverted, the friendship isn't going to start. It's not going to start as quickly, but it's going to be. It'll be more slower and natural, and in the end, might be less maintenance for both parties. So, yeah, that's been my experience with INFPs. I've also had some experience with an ISTP females. They're pretty chill and laid back, and they're going to be very thinking oriented and logical. Also ISTJs, which brings me to all the TJ types. That's not what I meant to say. All the SJ types. Those have been more acquaintances. Yeah, I think they are originally attracted to what they perceive as practicalness in me, and INTJs can be very practical, but we also have something else like up here that is going to be so odd or foreign, or just not like the communication's just not going to be the same between a SJ type and an INTJ. So yeah, that's going to be a little bit different. So yeah, that's been kind of my experience with females. And recently I actually have gotten to know an ENTP female and an ENTJ female, and that has been a very rewarding experience. It's kind of what got me thinking about this whole subject. But it's not perfect. Like, there's ups and downs, and I think a lot of it has to do with extrovert versus introverted. The complaint I often get is people perceiving my lack of input into the friendship or relationship. And what I think, like, if I really respect you and really like you, I'm going to invest and put input into the relationship, definitely. But it's going to look different than an extrovert's, and it's something I have to constantly be reminding myself, like, you have to step up your game, because they're going to perceive it as they're putting in all the effort, or, they're putting in, they're thinking I'm putting only in, she's only putting in 20, I'm putting in 80%, maybe she doesn't like me, or, so they can get a little bit like that, from my experience. So it's just something I have to remind myself. But yeah, it's been a very rewarding experience, and what's kind of made me think about being more intentional about I can't talk today. Being more intentional about friendships, and specifically looking for other T females, especially NT females, because yeah, they're a lot smaller portion of the population, but yeah, it is rewarding. So to move on to the males, I have had a lot of experience again with a lot of ENFP males, but again, like the females, it is mutual respect really plummets, and after a while there can be a lot of sarcasm and disrespect for me, which they don't seem to mind. They keep coming back. I don't know why. They don't seem to mind it as much as the ENFP female, but still, it's not. It's a default. It's very easy. They're always the ones that pursue the friendship, but it doesn't seem to. I don't know. When there's not mutual respect, it's kind of hard. And then I've had experience with ISTP and ISTJ males, and those have been good. But the thing is, with ISTJ and ISTP males, is there's that sensing versus intuitive. And to me, at least for my friendships, that does make a difference. So, yeah, they're going to just be sensing, so it's going to be a little bit different. They're going to be a little bit more tuned with their environment. Yeah, it'll just be different. They're logical, but it's different. But two types of males and this goes the same, it's the same for females, is the ENTJ and ENTP males. I have a lot of respect for them. They're really, really awesome. The ENTJ male is it's like my twin. And they say and act upon all the things that I'm thinking. So in one way, it makes me very jealous of them, but in another way, it makes me really, really, really respect them. Their drive, a lot of similar interest in going down very similar paths, and yeah, that's very easy for me. You're speaking the same language, basically. That's what it's like. And ENTP, it's very similar. There's some differences, but very similar. Very, very awesome people. Like, it just amazes me the way that they can take mundane, everyday things and make them, like, have fun doing them. And just, like, they're very slapstick, very fly by the seat of the pants, a little bit into procrastination, but the projects, the material they can turn out, the ideas they come up with are just very unique, and they just have a great sense of humor to go with it, so they're a lot of fun to be friends with. And they're introverted twin, the INTP. I've had some experience with INTPs too, and have enjoyed that also. But yeah, ENTJs and ENTPs are probably my biggest, like, I have a lot of respect for them. And yeah, making this video, I'm realizing how many personality types I've left out. So yeah, it's something I'm aware of. I would love to get to know some more types, because, you know, there's 16 types and they're all unique and awesome in their own way, and all have something to offer the world, and I would love to have more experience with those types. And, you know, I know people with other types, but I haven't developed enough of a friendship or relationship with them to be able to sit here and say, you know, my experiences with that specific type. So yeah, it's something I'm going to work on, more intentionality with different types, because, like I said, everybody's unique and has something to offer, and yeah, I would definitely like to learn more. And it's, like I said, kind of sad when I think about how many types that I have not actually had really a friendship with. But yeah, so this is just kind of my own personal experience and history. So hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, and I probably will talk about this more in the future. But yeah, have probably after I have some more experience would probably be a good idea. So I hope you enjoyed the video and see you later.